Peace, love, and blessings, fam. Johnny Sally here with day 37 of Wisdom of the Ages by Wayne W. Dyer. If you have missed any of the previous episodes or recordings, you can go check them out on YouTube at Loyalty Life, spelled Lyfe Legacy LLC. If y'all hear stuff in the background, it's because my munchkins in the room. I don't know what game they playing, but they probably finna turn up pretty intensely. But day 37, physical perfection. To me, every cubic inch of space is a miracle. Welcome is every organ and attitude of me. Not an inch, nor a particle of an inch is vile. Walt Whitman. American essayist, journalist, and poet, Walt Whitman made his major themes the sacredness of life in all its forms, even death, and the equality of all people. The physical body, composed of molecules and atoms, is constantly changing. Inside the body is a placeless place, is the eternal observer, which is the unchanging divine nature. Walt Whitman honored his body and its continuous state of change from this sacred perspective. He once observed, if anything is sacred, the human body is sacred. What is your reaction to that statement? How do you feel about the body that you occupy? Your answer has a great deal to do with the quality of your life, both your material life and your spiritual life. Your attitude towards your body literally impacts the atoms and molecules that comprise your body. Deepak Chopra, MD, often says to his audiences, happy thoughts make happy molecules, pointing out that the chemical composition of tears of joy varies dramatically from the chemical composition of tears of sadness. So, be at peace with your body and treasure its various organs, rivers of fluids, and solid structure of bone, and have an attitude of awe as it moves, thinks, dreams, calculates, loves, and constantly changes. This state of wonder is what Walt Whitman is asking you to embrace when you contemplate the miracle that is your ever-changing body. There is nothing about your body that is vile or imperfect. It is not too short, tall, stocky, dark, fair, or anything else. The color of your hair, the amount that is left, the places that it grows are all in divine order. Your breasts are just the size they are supposed to be. Your eyes the right color. Your lips the proper fullness. While your happy thoughts can create healthy molecules and your mind has a great deal to do with your level of health, essentially, your body is a naturally functioning system. You actually showed up in this body. Its shape, size, and what have erroneously been called handicaps are all in perfect order. You picked this body. Like, you picked everything about it, just on a spiritual level. A few weeks after conception, a heart starts beating inside your mother's womb and your body begins to form, independent of your opinion about it. This process of bodybuilding is a mystery to everyone on the planet. Who can explain it? Out of nothing, your body began to journey, fingers and toes forming from a tiny drop of human protoplasm. How? How? From where? Who is to question the wisdom of the future pool inside that seed? Now, you reside in this body that is changing just as drastically outside the womb as it did inside. And you get to observe it all. You, the invisible eye, the ghost inside the machine, the occupier of this perfect creation. This body of yours is like a curriculum in school. Only this is your curriculum to God. This is your house of the divine creator of all. And it is in this body, while it is here on this planet, that the divine creator of all can be realized. To find anything about this house of the divine creator to be vile or disgusting is to sully the temple that is the one place in the universe where you know you can realize the divine creator. No one can stop the process that is the ever-changing body. Maybe not then, I'm sure they have science now and technology, but I digress. No one can alter the fundamental structure of the body. You live in something that has an invisible future pull, taking it wherever its nature will take it. Do not detest any part of it unless you wish to deny the wisdom that created you. Treat your body like a guest who visits and then must leave. While it is here, don't neglect it. Don't poison it. Honor it, welcome it, and allow it to take its course, which is ultimately to leave as it came, back to where it came from. Make it fun to watch your body go through its designated phases. Be in awe of every inch of it. When you stub your toe or cut a finger or pull a muscle and are constantly brought back to this little pain that makes even the simplest of functions most noticeable, stop and remind yourself how grateful you are to have toes, fingers, and muscles. Remind yourself how they work perfectly with no awareness at all from you most of the time. Why ever have any unwelcome thought about your body or ever look at this ever-changing divine creation with contempt? You are privileged to have the body you have. Honor it as if it is the garage in which you park your soul. I like that because it is. Refuse to have contemptuous thoughts about your soul's garage, your body. Don't complain about its size, color, or worn out places. As long as you are grateful and in a state of awe, you will be unlikely to neglect it. You will be much more likely to keep it repaired, sparkling and clean, healthy and vibrant, when the you inside looks with amazement and wonder, views with awe, every inch of this universe, knowing there are no mistakes. If your hair chooses to grow in your ears or on your shoulders and in your nose rather than on top of your head, so be it. That's why they make clippers. If your skin loosens around your bones, then applaud the loosening process. Refuse to cling to the flesh as though it were going to last forever. Each body is gripped by the transition from this plane, and yet the paradox remains: within that same body dwells the immortal self. See your body as a place from which to observe the world. Choose to do so from the miraculous, sacred perspective that Walt Whitman cited so frequently in his magnificent poetry. Here are some suggestions for applying the wisdom of Walt Whitman's observations to your daily life. 1. Give thanks every day for this temple that houses your soul. Give verbal appreciation for your liver, your eyesight, your pancreas, every organ, every inch of your body. Simply say, "Thank you, Divine Creator of all, for this always changing and always perfect place for me to observe from." 2. Become more aware of how you choose to treat this miracle of a body. Talk to it as you give it exercise, good food, and generous amounts of fresh water. I bless you, wondrous body of mine. By being more aware of what a perfect creation you are, I will avoid mistreating you. 3. Observe the changes that take place in your body with joy. rather than displeasure. Refuse to call any part of your body flawed. The divine creator does not deal in flawed material. A body that is cared for, number 4, has a greater opportunity to advance the spiritual life. It is out of the spiritual invisible dimension that the material world is created. Purity of thought will help you to maintain a pure, healthy body. Remember, thoughts heal the body, not the other way around. This is why a welcoming attitude of awe and gratitude toward the body is such an important factor in the enhancement of your spiritual life. So, I wonder how many that are watching this feel about that, because we all have a tendency to be able to judge everything that we find wrong with ourselves that is not to our liking. Oh, my eye is slightly smaller than the other one. Oh, my beard doesn't grow the same way. Oh, my hair don't grow on top of my head like it do on my chin. But you signed up for this body. And even as you've existed here on this plane, you've chose to operate in every way that has fashioned your vehicle to what it is. If you've been stressed out most of your life, you've probably put yourself in a lot of stressful situations that has caused your beard to be white. Or you've probably operated in very high capacities of spirituality where you're interacting with divine energies that has caused your beard to be white. Again, it's all perspective. Now, sis, do you have anything you want to say? This is new, guys, because my sis, did it go to you?
Well, hello there. I'm just here to say hello. Peace and blessings.
Now, I was wondering if she was going to add in on anything, because we do have some very intense dialogue. So I appreciate her being here. And she's like, don't put me on blast. But my sister is the perfection of herself in this moment, in the vessel that she has chosen, just as you are. Embrace yourself. Embrace the imperfection that was just the corner of my home that you've never seen before, that you finally just got to. Because this vessel has allowed that to take place. Know that in every aspect of life, you have the choice to change whatever it is. Now, the difference is, with your body being as perfect as it is in this moment, that doesn't mean it can't grow in perfection 5 seconds from now, a month from now, 6 months, a year from now. So if there is something that you've deemed a distaste about you, you have the ability to change it. If you feel you're overweight, you have the ability to change it. If you feel that you don't have enough hair, hey, they have stuff that can change that. Technology has drastically changed from the time that this book was written. And there are certain things that can be stopped, just like many don't know. The reason why we age to a certain limit is because at some point, our telomeres were shut off that prevent us from aging to thousands of years. Why? Because you're easier to control when you're not able to recognize certain patterns and operate in accordance with those. It's just like the stock market. It's just like holidays. It's just like social media. Everything is cycles. Often you get on social media and what do you see? Holiday, 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 back to school, summer, food, 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 complain, complain, happiness, happiness. And depending on who you're watching, I'm pretty sure you can notice a cycle. Stocks are the same way. They usually go up and down with certain holidays. So learn to get in the flow and cycle of yourself, your you. When you have the energy to work out more, when you have the energy to not have to eat as much, learn those things about yourself to a degree that you can shape and mold yourself like the clay that you are. This vessel is the most complex computer there is. And the only thing we have to do is learn how to use it properly. I thank you for being here for yourself first and foremost. I thank you for always appreciating yourself even when you don't realize it. And I thank you for taking the steps to move forward and change those things that you don't necessarily appreciate until you grow in a state of operation that causes you to be the best you to the highest capacity possible. I ask that you walk in love, walk in light, walk in peace, and know that you are loved.